In this video, I discuss the average home equity value of a 65-year-old here in the United States. Coming up next on Holy Schmidt.
Holy Schmidt!
Owning a home is the great American dream. And unfortunately for a lot of people, they never attain that dream simply because they can't come up with the down payment. They pay rent, so they can, in fact, make a monthly payment to somebody somewhere, but it's the 20% down that causes people to have a difficult time, at least getting into a home. But once they're in, over a period of 20 or 30 years in some cases, that home becomes their largest financial asset. In fact, home equity covers off personal savings and personal investments by a factor of 3 to 1 in most cases. But owning a home is more than just the financial value of the home. A home has deep personal meaning. It's where you raise a family. It's where you retire oftentimes. It's your safe place. It's a place where your kids might get married if they have the wedding in the backyard, for example. A home has a lot of non-monetary aspects to it that are really important to the homeowner. But the important point is, average home equity does not mean average home equity. If you live on the coast, your home equity value at age 65 is going to be dramatically different in most cases than if you live in the middle of the country. The same job will pay 2 or 3 times as much as well, so there is a high correlation between pay and size, or at least value, of the home equity. Also, some people buy one home and they pay it off over 30 years, but a lot of people own 1, 2, even 3 homes in their life, and they use the equity from the first home to buy the second to buy the third, and that has a different trajectory than just one and done. And this next point is really important. There are limitations to using home equity for anything outside of idle curiosity, because there's only so much you can do with your home equity. First, the positives of home equity. A home has a sales value, and that sales value is dependent on current market conditions, but it is a positive when you've lived in a home for many, many years and you pay down the mortgage. Even if the market doesn't move or even moves against you, you will have more equity in your home in most cases than you owe on your home. It also is a provider of a roof over your head, because you need a place to live, and it might as well be a place that you're familiar with and enjoy living, or have enjoyed living anyway. And finally, for those of you that are inclined, and I'm really loath to mention this because it's not a good idea in most circumstances, a home provides an opportunity for a reverse mortgage. So you can, in fact, monetize the equity. There are a lot of reasons why you wouldn't want to do that, but there are also a few good reasons why you would. That's the subject of another video. There are some negatives around home equity as well. First, the home equity has 0 cash flow outside of the reverse mortgage. So you have all of this financial commitment built up into a residence, but it doesn't create cash flow for you to live on. The second is that its value is at the whim of the market. Traditionally, home values have gone up, but as we've seen in the last decade, they've gone up, they've gone down, they've gone back up again. The market can be very fickle, especially short term, and you don't want home prices crashing when it's time for you to sell your home. Still, home equity at age 65 does have a financial value, and that value, on average, in this country is $130,000. Now, for many of you, that's a much lower number than you would have expected. The reason is that at age 65, most people's homes are not paid off. That's the objective. I talk about that a lot. If you're going to own a home, you want it paid off by the time you retire. But historically, more than half of the people that own a home at age 65 are still making payments on their home. There are a lot of reasons for this. The biggest one is not owning one home, but owning a second or a third and trading up as you progress in your career and you make more and more money. Every time you trade up, you take your 30-year mortgage and you move it forward by 5 or 10 or 15 years. If you do that a few times, by the time you retire, you have a lot of mortgage ahead. Fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on your situation, the balance that you have in your other retirement accounts is enough to support your home payment. But if you were of the mind to pay it off early, usually it involves having one home, maybe 2, and then putting all of your resources into getting that home paid off as quickly as possible. Thanks for watching my video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed it. There aren't a lot of channels here on YouTube that focus on retirement and retirement-related planning, and I'm happy to bring you some of the most current information available in this area. If you like this video and you want to see more of me, please make sure you click subscribe and turn on notifications so that you get alerted the next time I post a video. Most weeks I post at least 2, sometimes even 3 times a week. Also, check out this video. It's one that YouTube thinks that you'll enjoy, and they're quite good at picking winners in this area.